Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that's really close to my heart, songwriting. Whether you're a seasoned musician or just starting out, arranging and writing songs can be a bit like trying to solve a puzzle. You know that feeling when you have all these pieces and you're just not sure how they fit together? Well, I'm here to help you figure out how to arrange and write songs that resonate with you and your audience. So grab your notepad, your favorite instrument, or just your phone, and let's get into it. First things first, let's talk about inspiration. It's often the spark that ignites the whole process. Inspiration can come from anywhere, a conversation you overheard, a movie that moved you, or even just a moment in your day that made you feel something. It's essential to keep your eyes and ears open. I remember one day I was walking through the park and I saw this little girl laughing as she chased after a butterfly. That simple moment turned into a song about the fleeting nature of childhood and innocence. So, jot down your thoughts, your experiences, and those little moments that strike a chord with you. They can be the foundation of your next song. Now that you've got your inspiration, it's time to start writing. A common approach is to begin with a concept or a theme. What do you want to convey? Is it love, heartbreak, joy, or perhaps a social issue? Once you have that theme, start brainstorming words or phrases that relate to it. Don't worry about making it perfect at this stage. Just let your thoughts flow. You can always refine later. I often find that free writing can be incredibly helpful. Set a timer for 5 minutes and write without stopping. You'll be surprised at what comes out when you let go of the pressure to be perfect. Next, let's talk about structure. Most popular songs follow a common structure: verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. This isn't a hard and fast rule, but it's a great starting point. The verse tells the story, while the chorus is the emotional heart of the song, the part that people remember. Think of the chorus as the takeaway message. It should be catchy and encapsulate the essence of your song. When I'm writing a chorus, I often ask myself, what do I want listeners to feel or remember? This helps me distill my message down to its core. Once you have your chorus, it's time to flesh out the verses. Each verse should build on the story you're telling. Think of it as creating a narrative arc. If your chorus is the emotional climax, your verses are the rising action. They should provide context and depth to the story. Use imagery and sensory details to draw listeners in. Instead of saying, "I'm sad," try painting a picture. The rain drips down my window, each drop a reminder of the tears I've shed. This kind of imagery can create a more vivid experience for your audience. Now, let's not forget about the bridge. This is the part of the song where you can switch things up, either musically or lyrically. It's like a plot twist in a good book. The bridge can provide a new perspective or a moment of reflection. It's a chance to surprise your listeners and keep them engaged. Sometimes I like to use the bridge to ask a question or pose a dilemma that relates back to the song's theme. This can add depth and complexity to your song. After you've got your lyrics down, it's time to think about melody and harmony. If you play an instrument, this is where you can really start to experiment. Play around with different chord progressions that evoke the emotions you want to convey. A simple progression like G, C, D, and M can work wonders. But don't be afraid to try something unconventional. Sometimes the most memorable songs come from unexpected chord choices. If you're not a musician, humming or singing melodies can also help you find the right sound. Trust your instincts here. If it feels good to you, it'll likely resonate with others. As you work on your melody, consider the rhythm of your lyrics. The way words flow can dramatically affect the song's overall feel. Pay attention to syllable counts and stresses. Sometimes you might need to tweak your lyrics to fit the melody better, and that's totally okay. Songwriting is a process of constant revision. Don't be afraid to go back and make changes. It's all part of the journey. Once you have your song written, don't rush to record it immediately. Take a step back and let it sit for a day or two. When you come back to it, you'll have fresh ears and a new perspective. Listen for areas that might need tightening or where you could add more emotion. Sometimes I'll perform the song for a friend or family member to get their feedback. It can be incredibly valuable to hear how others interpret your work. And remember, songwriting isn't always about perfection. Some of the most beautiful songs come from raw emotion and vulnerability. Don't be afraid to share your story, even if it feels messy or incomplete. Your unique perspective is what will set your music apart. So, embrace the imperfections and let your authenticity shine through. Finally, here's a little tip. Keep writing. The more you practice, the better you'll become. Set yourself a challenge to write a song a week or even a song a day. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. Just keep those creative juices flowing. Over time, you'll develop your style and find your voice. So, there you have it. A guide to arranging and writing songs that hopefully inspires you to pick up your pen or your instrument and start creating. Remember, every great songwriter started somewhere, and the journey is just as important as the destination. Keep experimenting, keep writing, and most importantly, keep sharing your music with the world. I can't wait to hear what you create. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.